Artie people. My son recently turned 2 and I decided to throw him a proper little party for him and his toddler friends. Coming up with a theme was easy. My boy loves a digger, probably because our next door neighbours had an extension built which lasted a good few months, and then there were some major roadworks going on down the middle of our town which lasted over 6 months. So we've been using builders as entertainment for about half of my son's life. And then back in July I found a pack of balloons in a charity shop for only £2. It had one big foil digger balloon and then 10 regular balloons with a digger printed on them. And when I found that, I knew it was meant to be. Digger party. So now I'm going to go through all of the DIY elements for this party. I was keen not to spend too much money, which is how I am with most things, so I will take you through some of the things I came up with. So let's start with the cake. This was the first themed cake that I've made as a parent. Last year we just had a small gathering with family, so I just made a regular Victoria sponge cake with a handmade cake topper in it. But this year I had to make a digger cake. It was a plain sponge with jam and buttercream in the middle, and then I covered the outside in buttercream so that I could stick on biscuit crumbs. I used rich tea biscuits to be like dirt and sand, and Oreos for the road, which was in the shape of a 2, which I made by cutting a 2 template using my Cricut. Then I added a couple of diggers, which I bought on Amazon. I think it was very simple but effective. It was the biggest cake I've ever baked, so I didn't want to do anything too elaborate. Maybe next year. I also made some cupcakes, which I decorated with spare biscuit crumbs and these handmade cake toppers. I made them using my Cricut, and at first I cut out these black elements from black paper and glued them on, but it wasn't as neat as I would have liked, so then I cut them out of a sticker sheet which I coloured in with a black Sharpie, and that was much better. Then we had all the usual party food for toddlers, and my son discovered a new love of sandwiches at the party, whereas before he'd never been bothered and would just take them apart. So that makes lunches much easier now. For the decorations, I used the balloons that I already spoke about. Blowing up that foil balloon was an experience. I haven't dealt with one of those before, and it had extra pieces that you needed to attach before you blew it up, which I didn't realise until I'd started blowing it up. But I managed it, and I think it looked really cool. And the party was a few weeks ago now, and it's still inflated, so I think I might deflate it and then just keep it for another time that I might need a giant digger balloon. And the regular balloons were really good too. I paired them with some orange balloons as my rough colour scheme was yellow and orange. I made a little display above our kitchen table, which became the present table, and I added this big glittery 2. I actually made this when I turned 25, so I also have a 5, and I just knew that I held on to it for a reason. So another decoration I made was this digger, I guess like photo prop. And guys, I'm amazed that this thing lasted through the party. The kids didn't mess with it. They respect good work. So it could be used as a photo prop or just a decoration. I think it's fun. I just cut the pieces out of a big cardboard box and painted them. Luckily, some of the walls in our house are yellow, so I could just use leftover wall paint. And then I attached the pieces with a split pin. So next, I set up some themed activities to keep the kids busy. The main one was I set up our Tough tray with some Blitz cereal, it was Shreddies and Cheerios, and some diggers. The cereal made it a taste-safe activity. Most of the kids are past the put everything in their mouth stage, but it's better to be safe. I was able to get most of the little diggers from charity shops and Facebook Marketplace. The kids love this. I set it up in our garden to reduce the mess, but we still managed to get lots of cereal crumbs throughout my house. It was fine, nothing a quick hoover once they'd all left couldn't fix. Also outside, I set up some blocks for a bit of construction, plus some high-vis jackets and my son's tools and wheelbarrow. I made the blocks by collecting cereal boxes and other packaging, breaking them apart, turning them inside out and sticking them back together again. I also filled them with scrunched up newspaper so they wouldn't be as easy to squash and break. Then inside, I set up a car mat with other diggers and cars, plus some other toys for the kids that aren't that into diggers. And finally, we have the party bags. Now I felt a lot of pressure with this, but I think I picked some good items. I went for a plastic spade, a pot of bubbles, and some stickers. And then we put in one of the cupcakes. So the spades I got from Amazon. It was a pack of 12 for $1.99, so about £1 each. The stickers were also from Amazon. I bought a big pack, so it worked out really cheap per each one. I even matched the stickers to the kids. So one of my son's friends really loves dogs, so she got the sticker sheet with the dogs on it. For the bubbles, I looked everywhere for the little party pots of bubbles, but I think September must be a popular month to be born in because I could not find them anywhere. But what I did find in Tesco's was the regular size pot of bubbles, reduced to clear for only 20p each. I think that is my biggest win with this party. They had a Peppa Pig label on them, but it was really easy to peel that off and add a theme sticker that I made myself. I also made a sticker for the outside of the bag saying, "Thanks for coming to my party." And the bags themselves were just plain yellow paper bags, which again I got from Amazon, because it is really hard to find paper bags in the shops that aren't pink or blue, so I had to look online. So that was everything I made for my son's second birthday party. I definitely could have made more, but I had to be realistic about how much time I had, and it was only a 2-hour party, and the kids are only 2 years old, so they wouldn't have noticed that I didn't make any traffic cone bunting, which was something that I did want to make. We ended up having 9 toddlers running around the house for 2 hours on a Sunday morning, and it was so much fun, and mums were talking about it in the week afterwards. It was a pretty good party. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a digger loving child, maybe it gave you some ideas of what to do for their next party. And I will link all of the things I bought online for the party in the description below. Thanks for watching, bye!